Ladies and gentlemen, in these difficult economic times, there has never been a more important moment for business leaders to play their part in supporting young people. As we have seen all too graphically in recent times, it seems often to be the case that young people feel a lack of engagement with wider society, that their community has simply given up on them. Young people growing up in our most disadvantaged communities are no different from anyone else in their hopes for themselves and their families. They want fulfilling lives, meaningful work, supportive relationships. In short, they want the opportunity to flourish. Now, as you will know only too well, I'm sure, some young people sadly do not get quite the same opportunities to flourish as do others. That is why it is so important to create and then seize opportunities to reach out to those who might otherwise be passed by. It is why we need to recognize in them aspiration, energy and talents that might otherwise be overlooked. Having seen the benefits of this kind of joined-up approach over more than 3 decades, I started my Mosaic initiative 5 years ago on a simple premise, that young people will have a better chance of success if they are supported by those who are themselves successful. Since Mosaic was launched, I have been heartened by the generosity of those who, having overcome barriers in their own lives, have volunteered their time to help others follow in their footsteps. Through its unique mentoring programs, Mosaic has supported tens of thousands of young people up and down the country, and I'm very pleased to say, increasingly in other countries too. Young people need to know what they are capable of achieving and how to realize those dreams. At the heart of Mosaic's programs is access to positive role models. We know from the stories of our mentors and schools the difference our programs are making. There is a growing number of schools where Mosaic students have achieved GCSE results 20% better than their peers. There are students who had given up on school but have now gone back to pursue their studies. And there are young people who have turned their backs on lives of crime. All these stories remind us that our efforts are not in vain. Now, it is not just anecdotes that affirm my belief in the power of the Mosaic model. Independent evaluation of Mosaic's work continues to make this clear. For example, Mosaic participants are 10% more likely than their peers to want to go to university and 20% more confident that they will get a place. Most encouragingly, research shows how participants, especially those from the very poorest backgrounds, are much more positive about school. Mosaic therefore depends on the hundreds of volunteers giving their time as mentors. It also depends on businesses providing much-needed resources to ensure volunteers have the best possible support. I am therefore delighted that the Better Community Business Network is supporting Mosaic so enthusiastically. The aims of the network are a tribute to the generosity and far-sighted nature of our Muslim communities in the United Kingdom. The network recognizes that the long-term health of our country depends on business leaders reaching out to serve all in our community, rather than being solely driven by narrow and short-sighted profit incentives. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only wish you every possible success and thank you more than I can say for your generous support of Mosaic's work. I am greatly looking forward to hearing of your successes and in seeing the network play a vital role in demonstrating how business leaders not only can be, but must be, at the heart of our shared responsibility to create positive, flourishing communities.